Hey fans, so we could call this Welcome Back to Pod Hour with Renee because every hour of the day is Pod Hour. You don't need like a special time, but if you want a special time, it's 4 p.m. You should always watch out for 4 p.m.s. And then in front of that, stick just an RENE, and then after that, you can stick like a .com. So Renee, number 4 p.m.com. So that's the time to watch out for. And today, actually, at 4 p.m., we'll be having a call with a guest. And we're going to figure out how funding for this Prime Minister of Canada campaign is going to go. Since, I'm very sorry about this. So in these messages, emails, and videos out on YouTube, to introduce myself as a new YouTuber, which is also correct. I'm hearing like applause and stuff like that in the background. Actually, no, that's also the fan, but never. Teasing you, pulling your leg, means joking with you. You know, sense of humor, good thing. So, but really though, there is a Prime Minister of Canada campaign, and it's a bit of a sham deal. I mean, we know that. Oh my God, do we know? Okay, so in the last video, email to the Vancouver team. Email. So you can find the emails at renee4pm.com, number 4pm.com, and then in the featured post up my Facebook page there. You don't need a Facebook account, by the way. You can just in Google Chrome or Safari, if you have an iPhone, just type Renee number 4pm.com. It's RENE number 4pm.com. 1p. So Renee, RENE number 4, then letter P, then letter M, like McDonald's, and then .com. And there in the featured post of my Facebook account, which you don't need a Facebook account to see, folks. You can click on that featured post, and the top link should be to a Dropbox. It's not a Dropbox from the company Dropbox. It's just an online filing cabinet. So that's my online filing cabinet about the Vancouver City Police in British Columbia, Canada, folks. And so far, it's looking pretty grim. The police chief is, at the very least, guilty of letting his officers speak Farsi on the job, which now the court translators have to translate back into English, which is just a waste of tax dollars. So speak only official languages on the job. But then also there's the whole part about the hotel. They tried to double charge me for the last night, and then didn't let me have power that night. And then they were trying to, the fact that they wouldn't let me have power, but then they were trying to tell me that I should double pay that night anyway, in front of the two police officers who were witnessing everything. But you know, the funny thing about those police officers, this is the really interesting thing though. So the time they were standing at that desk was around like 3:30 on 16 June 2024. But I had called 911 at 10:53 a.m. on 15 June 2024. So just to make sure I didn't say like 2021 there by accident there. So those 2 days again are first time I called 911 at 10:53 a.m. on the 15th of June 2024, and the police arrived, folks, at around 3:25 p.m. the following day on 16 June 2024 to quickly and efficiently, as fast as possible, escort me from the premises, folks. I called 911. I have previously spent 3 years locked up in mental wards. I've been twice declared legally insane. I have a long-standing history of schizophrenia, which is so severe, by the way, and I'm talking like truly this is a mental feat. None of the psychiatrists of Taiwan were willing to provide the court in Taiwan with a legal psychiatric assessment about me. So that's how badly damaged I am, okay? They don't even want to touch me anymore. I'm not even joking about that. So Taiwan is mine, China's mine. Yeah, you've lost 3 countries already because Canada's mine too now. And I'm kissing the US dollar because we're going to take that one over, dear China and Canada and Taiwan, new United Nations. We're going to take that one over unless they partner, which they will. So it's okay. With the, basic principles of how to make gold, which I've already recorded. But I figured that out a long time ago anyway. So I don't know how many different levels of mine we're working with here, but I know it's a pretty steep tower, and I know that the other one is classically called the Tower of Babel. So we're just wishing that one bye, guys, bye, Tower of Babel, bye. Woo! And I had that dream when I was 10 years old, moving to Barrie, And I remember waking from it and telling my mom, take me to Babylon, because I had heard in the song Babylon by the nice singers about Babel, the Tower of Babel, and it had cued me that we were moving up to Barrie that summer in '87, and I had the dream before it because I knew that that's where it would happen. So I've kind of been aware of this for most of my life, actually. But not to say that it wasn't always a huge surprise to me. I mean, like, come on, I'm still having a little bit of issues here. So, like, I'm homeless for one, and the hotel did, do a big no-no, and we can read all about that at renee4pm.com. And, well, like, honestly, I've been wearing the same shirt since May 30th. And there's a whole bit about the homeless shelter in there, and, them giving me a weapon to defend myself, which is also literally criminal, after a whole bunch of other criminal stuff, and then a whole bunch of discrimination stuff. I mean, oh my God. So there's a whole $1,000 a day I'm asking from them. The Dodge Viper at the start from Chris's Church of Community of Christ. Please, thank you. Now get the joke about the name. Thank you. But also the car. And seriously, if you want a partner, I definitely want to do the whole restoration of churches. So I would prefer to work with that church instead of the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church, like, really... So you told me that Mary was a virgin, but you didn't tell me that her mom was also a virgin. How come? And then were you thinking that maybe you lied about that fact, so you were trying to cover it up with the idea, like, what? I just, and then you're telling me that I actually have to eat the bread and drink the wine in order to have eternal life? That whole part is wrong. Then there's a whole other part, which is the whole confusion about which one's God. I mean, is it Jesus or is it Mary? Or is it Mary's grandmother now? Because she was also a virgin. So that church has its own issues right now, Chris. So maybe just if we could just, like, because I tried the other Mormon church, the White Shirt Mormon church, and they were really off on a tangent. They were saying that I had to, like, believe that their boss is the second coming, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I won that argument if we're going to get down to it. So thank you, bye-bye. And those were your opponents. So since you don't have any opponent claim stake on that good Book of Mormon of yours, which I didn't get around to reading, but there's been a couple copies in circulation, truly, with my name engraved on the cover, one in gold letters even. So I've had a copy of it for almost my whole life, but I've never gotten around to reading it, and I don't think that's going to be an issue. But I was thinking, maybe we could just work together, I mean, Matt and I, we were pretty good friends there for a couple of years, and we had some good ideas, and I'm really sorry, Matt, truly, that I pushed you into that freezing cold water, but really, I was actually scared. I was scared. That was freezing water. But I didn't realize that the costume that Matt, her minister, gave me to wear that icy winter, mess with yourself by jumping into a frozen lake winter, like 2011. So he gave me a Superman costume to wear, and he wore Wiener Dog. But the fact that we had fabric on, so by the time we jumped in the water, the mental shock of standing in in freezing cold water, you're trying to digest the mental shock of standing in it while it hasn't actually touched your skin yet. So there's actually that moment there where the fabric is just catching the water. And so I'm like, it wasn't so bad. And then in that same instant, I catch the fact that I just pushed my friend off the ledge because I was too afraid to jump into it first. And then I was like, oh my God, like, yee. And so he caught me on that way early on, and I was like, man, listen, guy, I'm super, super sorry about that, and maybe for the rest of your life, that way, truly, through that, you will always know that I am truly sorry to you for that. But I was serious on everything else, so that we're gonna have to buy the guy a house, and it was, estimated value. I was a little off on the prices. I did not expect that Barrie would be $1 million real estate club just after only 9 years. Like, who expected that? And like, my kid was reading me the house prices, and I was like, what? So, I mean, I thought the price of stuff in Taiwan was going up because they were like, okay, we're talking like weird food shortages. Like, all the eggs would disappear for a month or two at a time. Like, and then I would be like, well, how can just suddenly all of the eggs disappear in all of the stores? And they're like, oh, the chickens are producing enough eggs. Just, how can you even answer that question? Like, where the fuck are the eggs? Like, for a whole 2 months, and then the next year it happens again, and it's like, can you not, like, is your faith that much in God knows what that you can't tell me where the eggs are right now? I mean, you're a grocery store. It got down to really retarded arguments. So there were the earthquakes also, we'll forget those. And then, big round circle there. Taiwan, yes. China, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Canada, we're in the middle of Vancouver, in the middle of the police chief is guilty of criminal organized crime syndicate with a hotel, which is maybe hopefully going to provide me with a place to stay, because I really do need one of those physically speaking, and we're definitely talking about physical. And if not, it's fuck me. I don't even think if endless lawsuits encompasses the amount of legal destruction that that hotel will feel, because I literally have the authority to rip that hotel from its foundations, because it already failed my health inspection of the place when I found bugs that were this big crawling in my hotel room, and I was able to pinpoint why, because the thing wasn't built up to code. So, I mean, holy fuck, you really want to argue with this? Just listen to that police recording and watch the police officers escort me out of there after I dialed the emergency, because somebody in the hotel had to say to the cops, sorry, officers, this is a private building, you cannot come in. And the police officer's like, yeah, hold on, let me confirm with our boss. Boss, this one's saying it's private, is he paying you enough? And they're gonna be like, what's that? Oh, it's your secret sex club? Secret sex? Okay, alright, yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, we'll take him out. Yep, tomorrow we'll take him out. So, spilling the beans on that is kind of like, oh, what the fuck just happened? Well, if God knows it's somebody's secret sex club. I guarantee you that. It was that girl. Guarantee you that. So, that person wants their privacy. Then we're going to skip the whole part with the police interrupting the emergency call. That's my agreement with you right there. So, if you want to skip that part, then we can say that I dialed 911 at 10:53 a.m. on 15 June 2003. I gave you guys a warning about coming late, so you guys decided to drag your lazy asses the following afternoon. And the following afternoon, there's a little bit of confusion there. I mean, the officers were kind of speaking their own language there for a bit, but that's okay, because I understood the officers perfectly. I am a crazy person, okay? I'm a very crazy person. And those officers were talking in their own language because they didn't want to offend me at all. It was a very kind, heartfelt, caring gesture to do. And I totally have their backs, and I've already written that on their picture. And by the way, I'm sure if I asked them to support my Prime Minister of Canada campaign, they would be like, oh my god. Yeah. So we're all on the same page about that. So then after that, it was just like, yeah, okay, alright, okay, we're fine, I'm good. And they waved goodbye, I think, maybe, I don't know. But I definitely said thank you God in front of them to let them know we were all on the same page about that. So we're all on the same page about everything. And then, there's no harm to them. There's just their boss, which is in a lot of shit right now. And he can get out of that shit if the hotel just covers me with, like, a place to stay. Like, yesterday. Seriously. And I don't want any more arguments about any kind of anything. Like, I'm the guy you don't argue with. You just say yes, sir. Yes, sir is a good name. That's actually my legal Chinese name, by the way, is yes, sir. So just say yes, sir. So when I ask you something at the hotel, you say yes, sir. Those are your words, okay? Hotel. You can agree to that. If you can always say yes, sir, to me for everything I ask from now on forward, ever, always. And you give me a hotel room, one hotel room for my physical body, and one night of your hotel room in the world, every night of the year, any hotel I choose. If you can agree to that, and there's no further cost to me, and by the way, you're going to replace those $10,000 that I spent in your hotel, because I already told you that, and really I don't have any cash, and somehow I got to get something out of this. And this way, at the very least, I can say to the kind folks that are really paying attention, it gives me the original funding so that I can try this shit all over again, because I didn't lose any the first time I tried. So that we call is the legally fair minimum. Okay? Now, remember the terms and conditions that I've added to what you may believe to be only the legally fair minimum, because at this point, those 10,000 are out the window. I mean, do you really think I would give up 10,000 in exchange for, what did we just agree? My physical body in any of your Northland hotels anywhere in the world, one night, every single day of the year. So you're giving me 36 nights a year of accommodation that I can change whenever I want, and your only reply will ever be yes, sir, to any question. I can find a logical conclusion that works out to be at least a mutually agreed yes. Okay? So basically you're agreeing, and then then there was only the Roman Catholic Church. Did you want us to talk about the 1,000 a day, or did you want to go right up to 10,000? Because that 10% hike that you were doing with the tithing, well, I already pointed out to the other church that I'm willing to partner with. I already pointed out to them that
That's not going to go their way. So we're either partnering or they got to close those doors. And since they were in serious deep shit, and they were my good friends, so wouldn't you imagine that God would stick us two together for all eternity and say, yeah, I think you can do with these guys. Okay, I'm with that. So we're going to fix that church up, and that'll be fine. Restoration of churches begins with Christus Church, Community of Christ. Can we just call it the Church of Christ, please? Thank you. Okay. And then there's the Catholic Matters at $1,000 a day. Dan, I'm almost done. What else? My real home is not inside Lindsay, unfortunately, but beside her, because she is the center of my universe, and you guys are literally keeping me from that. So, having stepped in it now really giantly, everybody, the time it takes for me to reunite with Lindsay will be exponentially decreased by the amount of likes and shares I get on this video. So please have mercy on me and Lindsay and have us back together at the very latest by at least Christmas. But I know that if we can really work hard, we can probably get 100,000 video views on this by like overnight. So since there's only like 8 billion people, I think we can manage maybe, hopefully, Halloween? Some earlier is okay too, but Halloween 2017 actually was the day that we were legally married. Boo was the word on the rose that Natalie Yuchen received in 2011. After she complained about the first rose, she never said anything to police about the second rose. And the second rose proves only that she accepted the first rose. And then the third rose proves that she accepted the second one, and she accepted that one in front of everybody because it was a New Year's Eve party that we were at. But oh no, she says that I was stalking her when I gave her that first yellow rose that I left on her doorstep because I actually really truly was too afraid to go up to the door to even meet her after her ex-boyfriend told me where they even lived because he wanted me to come over so that he could install pirated software on my computer. Oh my god, and the name of her road happens to be the name of the girl that I had a crush on when I was in grade 5 and gave a gold necklace to. Oh my god, and her front number 2 is even that symbolic to me. Like, how can you forget this stuff? It's written in there so that I will remember it. So we're all playing the same story. That being said, right now my body is like not in the best physical condition that you might want to keep somebody that you might want to call your God in. So put me into a hotel, give me a monthly salary, and yeah, please then also see the details at, I believe it's called the Constitution of Canada, that says "In God We Trust" or something like that. Or was that the penny that's going out of phase? I was supposed to say that too. Oh, we're phasing out the penny. It's just up to them if they want to phase out the whole U.S. dollar. Because China and we can't really make U.S. gold and replace the U.S. dollar at the value of the U.S. to gold currency exchange rate that it was in 1971. So, all of that, did you catch all that? That was a lot. Renee, number 4, PM.com, and we are really running for Prime Minister of Canada because we need to do that so that we can say to all the Prime Minister candidates, I love your idea, you have my vote, just nominate me as Governor General, and they'll all agree to that, and so I'm automatically Governor General, and so that automatically makes me King of Canada, and that'll happen at any time we get enough publicity. So when the psychiatrist at the beginning said that I had said that I wanted to become King of Barrie, I was definitely after her. I was like, no, you gotta fix the record on that. Like, it's King of the Universe or King of the Internet, and then I put like in brackets. Oh no, what did I say? Oh, King of the World and the Internet counts. And that's what I said. Yeah. No, that's not done yet. There's still stuff in it. A little bit. Yeah, thank you. So that's my mango juice. I'm missing mangoes this summer, by the way. Thank you to Lindsay's friend who always gives us like 30 different kinds of mangoes. Oh my god. For fun, he's got a mango farm. Here, 30 different mango trees, and I happen to love mangoes. And so he handwrites on all of them, all of the different kinds of mangoes that they are. And then he puts them into a basket, and then he gets his beautiful daughter to deliver them at our door. And all they ever want is a thank you. And this has been going on for 4 years. And my question is like, who the hell are these people, and how come we can't have dinner? Like, really? Who does that? 30 different kinds of mangoes, all in the same basket, and then just gives it away to somebody after you handwrite the name of all the different mangoes. And I can't even read Chinese, but I love it. Like, I love all the different mangoes. Like, I love mangoes, actually. And that is like, wow. And I missed it last summer because I was fasting.
I love
Mental issues last summer. I decided the only fair thing to do was to stop eating if I didn't want to be here anymore. So
So I actually didn't eat for 37 full days. And then I, had that experience where it was like, yeah, it's okay. We understand, go back to work. It's like, oh, really? Really? And then as punishment, I got to break my body, which I couldn't even attend to the court trial for in Taiwan, which was all crooked anyway. But anyway, so there's all that. And then I've been through a lot, and so I could really just use a break right now. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that. So this is today's pod hour, I guess. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay.